So I have discovered a new Danish word, and it is hygge. I don't know what it means. I literally discovered it when watching Conrad Molden, the English comedian that now lives in Denmark. But I was like, is that a translatable word? So today we're going to find out what hygge actually means, and hopefully I'm going to be a little bit enlightened. So hopefully you'll all enjoy me learning something new. Like and subscribe. Let's check it out.
Surveys indicate that the Danes are the happiest people on Earth. In fact, the UN's World Happiness Report puts Denmark at the top of the list. What is it about the Danes that makes them such happy people?
It almost goes against what people normally think in terms of, a lot of times people think being happy, the weather makes a huge difference. You know, people will emigrate to places like Australia and Spain and Portugal because it's all about being hot, warm. That's what makes people happier. But actually, Denmark is not necessarily a hot place. And I'm thinking now during our winter in England, it's just depressing. It's so we have the concept sad. I can't remember what it stands for now. Anyway, something disorder. But it's a seasonal affective disorder, something like that. So to think that the Danes are so happy with where they live and what they have compared to, say, what the ideal normally is of going to the sun, it's that straight away is an interesting concept to me.
Mike Viking has written a book about all this, and he believes he has the answer.
Hygge. It has to do with togetherness. It has to do with the art of creating a good atmosphere. It's about equality. It's about savoring simple pleasures. I think we also see hygge as something inherently Danish. I think we see it as part of our national identity, the same way the Americans see freedom. We think of hygge as something as part of our DNA.
The word hygge means being comfortable and contented, often while enjoying the simple pleasures of life. Here are a few examples.
It's having a cup of warm chocolate or warm tea and some biscuits and a talk who go a little bit deeper than normal.
As an English person, I can understand it. I can perfectly understand it. I'm just thinking now, like, sitting in front, watching a film with a hot chocolate, some snacks, just that feeling of being content and just in a moment almost of relaxation. And I think that makes quite good sense. That literally just what that person said sums it up brilliantly.
Chilling on the couch.
At home we take a candle.
Hygge is also maybe watching a film or reading a book.
It's a feeling.
Mike Viking is the CEO of the Happiness Research Institute in Copenhagen. He says that the Danes' unique attitude toward life plays a major role in their sense of well-being.
We've been curious about why Denmark does well in the happiness rankings, and we've looked at the political system, and that's a big part of the explanation. You know, high level of trust, social security, universal healthcare, but that also explains why the other Nordic countries do well. So we wanted to understand, why does Denmark do better than Sweden, Finland, Iceland, and Norway?
Spending quality time with friends and family, or enjoying homemade cinnamon buns, that's hygge. The Danes really love Christmas time. Traditional apple tarts are on sale at Christmas markets throughout Copenhagen. So is gløgg, or Danish mulled wine. The Tivoli amusement park is decked out in a sea of lights. Mike Viking says winter is the peak season for hygge.
While it is practiced throughout the year, I think for the winter period it becomes almost a survival strategy. It's a way of getting the best out of a time of year which is dark and cold and wet, and we're forced indoors.
That kind of highlights the point I was talking about, where over here it is so depressing. Like, it's hard to find the light, metaphorically, Is it metaphorically? You know what I mean? When actually it's so dreary. You know, you get up in the morning, it's dark. You come back from work, it's dark. It's raining, it's cold. It's really difficult to find that joy in the little things sometimes. Whereas Denmark, similar, right? The winters are probably just as crap as over here in England. And actually, what they're saying is that they are able to find even that smallest of things that just make them feel content and warm inside, that maybe other countries can't find. And that is hygge. That's a really weird word to say, by the way.
The best place to experience hygge is in Danish homes. The Danes have more living space per person than any other European country, and they make their surroundings as comfortable as possible. Lighting is important too.
That looks cozy sofa.
There's a reason why we use twice as much candle wax as number 2 in Europe, which is Austria, because we enjoy lighting that is at the low end of the temperature scale. So we enjoy warmer, more soft, diffused lights to create a nicer atmosphere in a room.
The Danes also like to have nice things around the house. Northern Europe is known for its design concepts, like the lamps of Paul Henningsen and the chairs of Arne Jacobsen and Kåre Klint. But do these items really make people happy?
The notion or the concept of hygge is something that for Danes is just a word or describes a situation or a state of mind more than a design. I don't think you can say that a designer is doing something to create hygge.
It probably
but
just
I think
adds
it's something
to it,
that's
right?
more ingrained or maybe internalized in our culture.
I would assume in terms of that, talking about like the furniture and stuff, if you're talking about the home scene, the furniture, say for example, a cozy sofa, just adds to the effect, right? It's that what allows you to potentially create that feeling. You know, yes, you going back to like having a hot chocolate, having a warm hot chocolate on a cold night, cozied up on a really comfy sofa. So, I mean, no doubt, for example, some of these examples, the furniture is a part of it, right? In terms of those certain examples. But it's amazing. It is clearly just a feeling, isn't it? It's a feeling. It's a word that probably can't really be translated into one individual word.
A simple walk outside can also be hygge. It costs nothing and it makes you feel good.
Hygge shouldn't be about consumerism. You could also use hygge as the get out of jail card. If something is too expensive, if you walk into a restaurant, it's too expensive. You could say, shouldn't we find a place that's more hyggelig? And your friends will go, yeah, let's find a place that's more hyggelig. So hygge should be inexpensive because it's about equality and it's about simple pleasures.
Danes call that special, cozy Christmas feeling julehygge. And the focus is not on expensive presents.
Christmas
It's on being
joy.
together with family and friends. It's the true spirit of Christmas, and not just in Denmark.
Very nice. So, I've got to think of some examples now, don't I, to end this video? Some examples. Let's think, right. Some things that don't necessarily cost a lot. Maybe free. What about watching TV in bed, cuddling with your other half, spooning, warm, cozy, a winter's night where you're all nice and toasty in bed, costs nothing. I'm trying to think of some other examples. You've got to tell me if these are good examples or not. Going for a meal with friends and just enjoying the company. Doesn't have to be somewhere expensive. There you go. Oh, God, I'm trying to think of some more things that would just make you sit down and go, that. When you're in a bit of a depressed mood, right, and something you do just almost snaps you out of it, and just all of a sudden your mind clears. And I can't think, well, no, I can think of an example. My first time when I went to Wrocław in Poland when it was summer, it was a rough time, and I just got there and I'm like, this is amazing. So, hygge is basically, let's sum it up from what I think. It's a feeling. It's content. It's joy. yeah, I think that's probably the best. It's being content, joyful, de-stressed. It's a feeling. And I understand why it's a word that can't really be translated. You can translate it with a meaning, because I think they did, but it's hard to translate it as a single word. Because like I said, if I say content, that's probably not enough. If I say joy, that's not enough. It almost has to be multiple words to explain that one word, which I think is it's interesting looking at languages and looking at cultures, how that can happen. But hygge, I'm now going to remember that, and I'm going to think in my day-to-day life, this is hygge. Hoogly. They always say hoogly as well. Fascinating. I love the concept. Yeah, I want you to give me an example now in the comments down below. Give me an example of one thing in your life that you think this is hygge. I've given you some already. So thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe. All the socials are down there. And as always, I will catch you on the next one.